Hey guys, Creator Mom. So light rain today. It's 5 days exactly from when I made the video about the push release kind of like method with manifestation or prayer or whatever. Hey guys, this is not about pride. This is not about saying I manifested this. This is about saying I'm learning to work with my divine abilities, with my divine side, with God, co-creating, okay? It ain't about pride, right? It's just a testimony about working with. Anyways, I probably had felt like I had to say that because growing up with a narcissistic parent, when you feel like you think you know something, and you have toxic family, you kind of get slammed for thinking that you know something or you did something in a way. But I said all that to say, in my message 5 days ago, I talked about how God was showing me on the inside of me, hey, Sheena, you spent this whole past week, because I think I made the video on a Saturday, where I spent all of, not this past week, but the week before, I spent the whole week with my focus on applying for jobs, right? So I've been trying to get a job for like a year, but I never took a whole week and just focused on getting a job because I realized it was just God directing me, like my insides directing me, like, hey, take this whole week and really put your focus on looking for a job. Just make your job looking for a job. So that's what I did. And I was compensated, surprisingly, by this company I had worked for before. I didn't even know they were going to send me another check. The point is, I was compensated that week, not even knowing that I would be. And I didn't work for my current job that week because, A, there was really no work to be done, to be honest. It's a contracted position. And B, I already knew that God was telling me, take this week and just apply to jobs. So that's that focused part, right? That's that hitting it hard, focus, kind of efforting, but it's not an efforting that comes from, it's a divine efforting, if you will, put it that way. It's part of flow. Anyways. And then after that whole week was over, I got a message saying, okay, you took that week, you dug the ground, you tilled that ground, you sowed a bunch of seeds, you put your focus and effort into it. Now let go, release, and watch the seeds, watch what comes up. That was what was told to me. Watch what comes up, watch what sprouts, see what sprouts. Today is Friday, the next week, and things have sprouted. They have sprouted. I'm not going to sit here and say 100 jobs popped up before my face because they didn't. Most of the jobs I applied for, I didn't really hear back, or I got a denial. But guess what? Seeds, for me, did sprout up, So an opportunity came. And I just want to make this video as a confirmation for me that I listen to my inner being, to God within me, by faith. And I'm seeing something. I'm seeing God. I'm seeing some results. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not scary. It has been scary on a level. You know what I mean? Like, because trust is kind of scary. Trusting yourself and trusting that you hear God within you. You know what I mean? For yourself, So I should stop saying it's scary. I should say it's exciting. I think it's more exciting. I've heard that before. Like when you have anxiety or nervousness, say that you're excited, because that's what it is. Like you're excited. You're excited to see, oh my God, what does the future hold, or what's going to happen. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. A follow-up video. You know what I mean? And yeah, I like that principle. I like it. I'm a cold caller. These past few years I've developed a skill in cold calling. And you know, the facts are that I saw results in the job that I had previously with my cold calling, and that job is what allowed me to develop that skill. Because in the beginning of doing cold calling, it was just, you know, it is like awkward, you know. Well, plus, you know, starting again with a new job doing cold calling, I have to relearn because it's a new field that I'm doing cold calling for. So I'm letting it all sink in. I'm like immersing myself in that field, because it's different from the field that I was doing cold calling in previously, which I didn't know anything about either. So anyways, yeah. And I did get leads, and I did get qualified leads, and I did get sales, if you will. But you know, the job I was working wasn't really sales. It was more like we were paying for scrap. So it was a little bit easier in a way, you know, maybe compared to something where you're trying to get somebody to buy something. But at any rate, I still did it, and I still got, you know, clients for the company. So yeah, you know, and I just want to wrap this up by saying, the whole time I was looking for a job this whole past year, I think the problem was I wasn't really committing to leaving this other job. There was a part of me that was still attached to it for my reasons of like, oh, I don't want them to think I'm abandoning them. I felt bad. And so I was still like, there was still some attachment. I think that's why I really wasn't getting focused and seeing results, because there was a part of me that didn't want to leave that job. But it took me several pushes and several triggers to reinforce that it's, you know, go ahead, it's time, leave this job. You know what I mean? Like, come on, get focused now, and really put your all into saying, all right, that's it, I'm going all in. Yeah. And that's all I want to share. I hope that made some sense. And, you know, I feel grateful and happy, and I feel resolved. Like I made a decision and I made a commitment to myself, and I'm seeing it through with myself, and that feels really good.